tried to I just do this video before, but it didn't want to upload. I am coming to you to talk to you about the randomness. This one's going to be about relationships. I'm going to try to make it short because I just spoke for 20 minutes about it and it didn't record. Stop accepting bullshit. The minute you stop accepting bullshit, you will go through an awkward transition of meeting people, possible courters, doters, whatever, and thinking that, you know, you don't like them, they're different, they're not what you want. You're going to pass up a lot of good opportunities, but God willing, you will fall on something that is meant for you if you stop accepting bullshit. I bring this video to you because I recently had my 1-year anniversary with my girlfriend. And we decided to go to Vegas. Great trip. Stayed for like 5 days. Stayed in a beautiful place. Drove a beautiful car. We explored. Everywhere we go, we rent a car. Just because I don't want to just be where the main attraction is. I want to see the city. I want to see the people. I want to see the houses. It's what I do. And we went to Vegas, stayed there, had a great time. And one of the days we went, she decided she had to go downstairs to smoke. She smokes, and that's number one. We'll get to that in a second. I could not stand smokers. Couldn't stand them. But either way, she goes downstairs and she says, well, I'm going to gamble after. You know, you're going to meet me down. I'm like, yeah, I'll meet you. Child, please, I laid in that bed. But while she was gone, it gave me time to think. Now I'm like, okay, I spent a whole year with this woman, and call it me trying to destruct things or whatever it is, but I started brainstorming the reasons why it wouldn't work and why we might break up and why, and I really couldn't come up with anything. So I started thinking backward. I know when we first got together, within the first 3 to 4 months, I would think about my ex-girlfriend. Not my most recent ex-girlfriend, but my first ex-girlfriend. And even that relationship was a volatile relationship. It just was not good for me. I was 18 years old and, you know, wanted to be grown and fell in love, so I thought, and accepted bullshit. I accepted a lot of bullshit. And why I kept thinking back to her during the first few months of this relationship was because she had told me she loved me early on, my new girlfriend, and the first one, all of them, but with her, the new one, she says, you know, I love you, and I'm thinking, okay, cool. I figured you would, you know, it's just me, you're gonna love me. And it just was so weird because I started comparing them, and I said, well, in that other relationship, I said I loved her first, you know, because, you know, it felt so different, and I think I loved her so much more, and blah, 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 blah. And when I evaluated it as an adult, as a woman, it wasn't that I loved any of my other girlfriends more or, you know, better, deeper. How people say, I love deep and I don't. Bullshit. You're used to accepting bullshit. And the reason why you feel as though you love this person more is because of the bullshit that you put up with. So you figure, well, I put up with all this. This has to mean that I love this person a lot. No, it's because either you're bored, you're lazy, or you're assuming there's going to be change because you don't think that there's anything out there that can give you better. Plain and simple. I sat there in that bed thinking, and I said, okay, well, in the other one, you know, I cried. And I started saying, Rachel, really? I cried in that one, and I cried, and every time I was crying, and we argued, and, you know, you think that's passion, and you think that's love, and it's part of the lust. It's not. It's bullshit that you're accepting. While you're sitting there unhappy, that other person is happy. Why? Because they're dipping out, or they're constantly lying to you to cover up something, you know, that they're doing. So you're dealing with it all, but that's not love. That's the bullshit that you're used to accepting. And with the current relationship I have, I will tell you, this relationship is so perfect. Perfect. Like 100% A+, A1, steak sauce, stick a fork in it, done. Perfect. And for those of you that are not mature relationship-wise, you'll go, nothing's perfect. That's why this is perfect. We argue. I have my days where I'm like, don't touch me, but that's just me. She has her days where she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, we have our days where we bump heads. That's just people, that's just women. Or women. But our arguments are so surfacey. Our arguments are, you ate my Pop-Tart. Why can't you walk Grammy, my dog? You know, basic stuff. It's never, who is that girl? Why did she text you? Why is your phone ringing so late at night? You know, why did that person say that? Why do you have that picture in your phone? Why did you know, it's none of those things that I've had to deal with. And because they're so lightweight and they're over with so quick, I started thinking that it was that I didn't love her as much. It's not that I didn't love her as much. I love my current girlfriend way more than I've loved any of my other girlfriends. It's just a different type of love, because all that passion, i.e. tears and frustration and breaking shit and hanging up and phone calls and, you know, all of that doesn't exist. So what you felt was passion, what you felt was a lot of love, was just the bullshit that you were deciding to deal with. So now when all I wake up to is kisses and I love yous, and she's like, give me a kiss back, and I'm like, no, I got morning breath, and she's like, so, you know, those things that some people might think, you know, this is nasty and that's not cool and that's not cute. That's all I have to deal with now. I'm not dealing with, you know, sitting there doubting myself, saying, okay, well, I'm fat, and I'm this and that, and maybe she wants such and such and such, even though every girlfriend I've had has stayed with a fat chick. It is what it is. After me, it's another fat chick. She might be cheating on with a skinny girl, but it's a fat chick. And I don't have those doubts anymore, but now I'm at a point where I'm trying to shake it. I'm trying to shake all those insecurities and those ways of thinking that I developed over so many years of bullshit relationships that I forced myself to think were good. I remember, moms know everything. And I'll even get mad to this day if my mom, you know, decides to start talking about what she knew about her ex. But they know. And my mother would ask certain questions like, is she helping you? You know, how did you do this? Or can you? Or did you? And I'm like, leave it alone, Mom. And my mother recently came down here. She came down to Dallas for TD Jake's Mega Fest. She had a ball. I figured that was a nice gift to give her. I know she went before, like years ago, and she wanted to go again. So she did that. After she came from Dallas, she came here and stayed a week with us. And she loves my girlfriend. She loves her. And this is the first girlfriend I've had that's been overtly masculine to a certain degree. To me, she's just as feminine as she can be. But, you know, outly with the clothes and stuff like that, most people say she dresses like a guy. Low haircut, she's starting locks, and I'm, you know, those nerves build up. I'm like, okay, now she's going to meet my mom. Now I got to hear my mom say something. Even though my mom is so easygoing, like, over the years of knowing, okay, my child is gay, let me just go ahead and go with it as long as she's with somebody that loves her. She's become a lot more easier to deal with when it comes to it. So she comes in, she's like, oh, she's cute. And then after that, it's, how's Shy? Shy good? What's Shy doing? Where's Shy at? Ever since she left, you know, she wants to know about her, where they're going. They take their smoke breaks together when they were here, at least, because I don't allow smoking in this house, even though it is our house. No smoking. And my mom loves her. But back to parents know. My mother spotted every flaw in every girlfriend that I've had. She has said, this one does not help you. This one is just here to leech off of you. That one is a cheater. That one don't look at you the right way. This one, you know, she walks around like a little coward. You know, she's always coward. And she, you know, that's not what you need. You need da-da-da-da. And I'm like, Mom, I love this person, blah, blah, blah. I won't say I didn't love my exes. I would say that I love them for the bullshit that they put me through, because that made me feel like this is what I deserved. I deserve to feel like I'm less than. I deserve to feel, you know, to question your motives. I deserve to not know where you are, to have you lie to me, to have your friends lie for you. It's bullshit. Back to the beginning of the story. So as I laid in this room and I thought about all these different situations, and, you know, I figured out why they say the nice guy finishes last. Because of the bullshit that he doesn't give you, or that she doesn't give you. We get so used to having those arguments in relationships, or having those moments where, you know, you done told your friends so much about what's going on in your relationship, when they get around, they start, you know, throwing subliminal messages at your girlfriend, looking at you, and you like, you know, we get so used to that we really don't need, we don't deserve, but again, we're used to it, so we allow it, we accept it. And I'm thankful for who I have right now. I'm thankful that through my surgery, even though I always make sure Rachel is good, if I were to fall, if I did not have my woman had, she was like, baby, listen, I got this to the side, whatever you need, we got. Our anniversary trip was coming up. I haven't worked in 2 months. Now, granted, Rachel will always make sure Rachel is good. I haven't worked in 2 months, but shit was paid for. She was like, I don't know why you're going crazy. I'm so used to being the independent one. I'm so used to being the one that takes care of everything. And she's like, why are you stressing? What we got to do next? The flights? Done. We paying for the hotel? Done. What else we need? And like, I had to like sneak and go do things, you know, take care of certain things so that I felt like I had, you know, a leg to stand on in this trip. And go out there and get you somebody good. Get you someone that makes you feel great. It is okay. I don't care if you feel like you're ugly, you're fat, you're too dark, you're too light, you're in between, you got a big stomach, you have no ass, you have big titties. You know, whatever it is, when I tell you there is someone for everyone. And I remember telling my ex, we were talking about love one day. And she, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And this is many moons ago. And I said to her, because I used to say, no, you don't, no, you don't, no, you don't. And as a child, I used to think like this. I said, you know what? You do love me. You do. What it is, I feel like love is innately placed in all of us with a specific design. The type of love that I had been given from these exes was not the love that was designed for me. So it is not that they didn't love me. It's not that they didn't care for me. It's not that they didn't want to see the best for me. Whatever they did to me, it wasn't because they didn't love me. They just didn't love me how I was designed to be loved, which is why I didn't understand it. There's a person out there that'll be okay with you cheating. There's a person out there that'll be okay with you lying, because that's the love that's designed for them. That's what they're set up for. That's either what they want to give you, so they'll be fine with it. That just wasn't the love for me. And when I thought about it and I voiced it to her, she looked at me. And from that day on, it was, you know, because love is designed a certain way. You know, in order to be loved. And I'm like, really? I'm so ready to wash my hair. We're going to talk about hair in a minute too, but that'll be another video. But back to it. Just find you someone that makes you feel good. Find you someone that you don't have to question how they feel about you, why they feel the way they feel, what they're doing for you. Even though I'm still getting used to being doted on, how I dote on people, I'm still getting used to that. Like, she'll do basic things. It'll be something. I'm like, no, I'm good. Let's go to the gas station. We'll have both of the cars. And she'll go, okay, well, gas so I can fill you up. Nah, I fill voluntary. She's like, if you don't pull your car up so I can fill up your fucking tank. I'm learning how to accept things and not just be the giver. I'm learning how to get in touch with my emotions. I'm not affectionate anymore. I haven't been affectionate since my last relationship. 7 months into that, I fell out of love with her, so there was no more affection, there was no more sex. Any reason I can give not to have sex, I gave. And so in this one, where she's so affectionate and she's so loving and she's so deserving of affection, I'm finding myself again. I'm finding myself, and in finding myself, I'm trying to find how to love her, how she needs to be loved, because I know I'm capable of it. But the moral of this story, the moral of the video, is stop accepting bullshit and stop telling yourself that the nice guy isn't the one you want. Yeah, there's a rush that comes with the bad boys and so on and so forth, but I wound up getting me something so perfect. You know, I have a mix of both. You know, I got the tatted up, educated, you know, professional, gainfully employed, smart, driven woman. I wound up, but initially viewing her, I was like, I don't want her. She's crazy. She's off the wall, you know. That's not what I want. And had I stayed on that path, I wouldn't be happy right now. I wouldn't be. I probably would have wound up accepting whatever bullshit apology my ex gave me after, you know, something that she decided to do didn't work out, and fell back into that pit of but love you. Find a way to love you. It's so easy for us to love other people, and to me, and it's nothing wrong with the people that love themselves and so on and so forth, and the preachers, but when people say things like, you gotta love yourself, if you don't love yourself first, we're not taught to. We honestly are not taught to love ourselves. If we have siblings, we're taught to love that sibling. Our parents, we're taught to love our parents, love our grandparents, love our dogs, love our clothes, love our shoes, love our car. We're so pushed to love everything outside of us. There is nothing that tells us to love us. There's nothing that's out there. Even if your parents tell you you're beautiful, you're smart, which my parents did, you're beautiful, you're smart, you can do anything in the world, blah, blah, blah. But there's nothing that says, love you, hug you today. Tell yourself a reason why you love you. If you're parents, you should start doing this with your kids. I have a great relationship with my sister, yes, because I was pushed to love her. This is your sister. You take care of her. You do this for her. Y'all do this for each other. But there's nothing that says, love us. So, which is why it's so easy for us to fall into the arms of someone else, because no one, to me, initially starts off with loving themselves. This is my opinion. No one wakes up, at 10 years old and says, I just love myself so much, because, and this is another thing, especially as females, when we do love ourselves, which I have for many years, it's shunned. You're conceited, you're narcissistic, you're narcissistic, you shouldn't think about yourself like that, and, it's not all about you. So it's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, but love you at the end of the day, and stop accepting bullshit and thinking that it's love, thinking that all that hurt and those pains and the tears and the arguments, that means that you guys just love each other so much. No one that loves you wants to go through that bullshit. Number one, who wants to argue all day? I can win every argument you place me in, but who wants to argue all day long? I'd rather make love. I'd rather do a Netflix and chill. Nobody's going to put you through that. So stop accepting bullshit. Learn to love you, and find you that person that's not going to put you through bullshit.